Hi Taylor, I've got that question set up here for you. So doing it by parts, you want to choose the u function to be the ln of the x plus 1. And so the derivative of that, I'm not sure if you're writing this as u and u prime, and I'm not sure, but that's what the du means if you're confused by that. And then that would mean that this would be v prime here and v. So I'm not sure if that makes more sense to you to look at it that way, but anyways, so here's the u function, and the derivative of ln of x plus 1 is 1 over x plus 1. And then if we choose the other function as the b prime function, then that would be the 1 over root x plus 1. So if you write that, it's a little messy over here, but if you write it as x plus 1 to the exponent negative 1/2, then the integral of that to get the v function would have had to be x plus 1 to the positive 1/2, and then we would have to multiply by the 2 in front, and so that's the v function. So if we put that into the integral equation, the integral by parts equation, then we would have u times v minus the integral of v du and du is 1 over x plus 1. And we're integrating from 1 to 3, so we'll have to do that, and oops, 1 to 3, okay? So in the first case, there's not too much we can do there. We could rewrite the 2 in front and just go 2 times ln of x plus 1, and really that should be in absolute value brackets because you can't have the ln of a negative, and then that's times the root of x plus 1. And then in our integral, we're going to integrate that over 1 to evaluate that over 1 to 3. In our integral, if we simplify here, this is x plus 1 to the 1, and this part here is x plus 1 to the 1/2. So I'm going to take the 2 out front, keep the integral, and I'm going to simplify this because if I have a base to the 1/2 divided by the same base to the 1, then that gives me the same base to the minus 1/2. I just subtract the exponents, so 1/2 minus 1 is the same as 1/2 minus 2 over 2, so I get 1/2, negative 1/2 for the new exponent, and so that's really 1 over the square root of x plus 1, or another way to write that, which will make it easier to integrate, is x plus 1 to the minus 1/2 dx, okay? And so if we keep going, I'll let you evaluate the integral afterwards. That's a plus times the square root of x plus 1. And then we're going to have 2 times, and the integral of that is going to be the same as what we got up here because we're integrating the same function. And so we can just cheat a little bit, and we can write 2 times x plus 1 to the negative 1/2, to the 1/2. And we're going to integrate the whole thing from 1 to 3. So I think you're probably okay at this point to just go ahead and put in 3 for x, and then put in 1 for x, and subtract the 2 answers to find the actual area under the curve. I also wanted to tell you that there's a really good website. It's called Symbol Lab. And what's nice about it is it will do integrals for you if you can type them in just as you're given them in the question, and it has a nice little menu for choosing all the symbols and things. Then you can click on Show Steps, and it will show you all the steps you need for your integral. So if you're stuck on some, I'm always glad to help you, but if you can't wait for me and you want to have a look at Symbol Lab or even check your work for other ones, that's a really good website because of the fact that it shows you all the steps and explains it all really, really well, okay? So I hope that helps, and feel free to send me other questions if you have them.